Hello and welcome to Call It Crits. Yeah, I definitely know that's working because I just heard myself on somebody else's monitor. Wonderful, excellent.
Saster, I said, very good.
Okay, excellent, fantastic. So,
Saster, I said, and you're reverbing.
Oh, I'm reverbing, am I? Hang on a second, what's going on here? Can you hear me twice?
No, I think that was me.
Oh, okay, sorry. Let's just go off there so it doesn't have
Grinks Aster, I said, and we can hear the chat too.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, let's just go off there. And there. Right, okay, so hi everyone, welcome to Call It Crits. Tonight we are going to be continuing the adventure and playing some more nerdy D&D. Just a few things before we begin. First of all, Fran, who plays Sal, won't be joining us until around about, I think, 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish, as they are currently indisposed and won't be joining us until a little bit later. So we will be starting the story a little bit prior to where we ended the last session, because Sal is quite pivotal to that moment, so like that. Some other little things. I don't know if anybody that's here may have caught last night I was actually part of another stream. I'm actually a player in another campaign that airs every couple of weeks on a channel called SS Adventurer here on Twitch. So I figured I'd plug that because it's a fantastic advertisement for them, and hopefully if you watch that you might sort of know the same sort of thing and like it and come back to this. I'm actually going to open up some things on here because I'm apparently underprepared. I've been doing a lot of things with stream elements recently, and trying to be a little bit more professional with Twitch, because we are trying to reach a few more followers now, and trying to extend, trying to reach that Twitch affiliate. I think it's
really.
I'd quite like it. 50 followers. That's all we need. And we could totally become a Twitch affiliate and do a little bit more with this channel. It'd be quite cool.
And affiliate.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Hi, I'm Phil, Twitch affiliate. Just sounds cool. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. So if you are here and you are watching, if you're watching after the fact, or if you're watching us live, please do drop us a follow. We'd really, really appreciate it. And I think if my technological skills have prevailed, if you do follow during the live stream, a little starry badge will flash up on the screen with your name, which is always cool. Why not have that? So yeah, that's my announcements. I think really for today, me pushing the Twitch affiliates and everything like that, just trying to big up the Call It Crits, because I think we are an amazing stream. I think that we're really, it's an awesome group, and it's fun doing this every week. I really like it. So, right, I think with that out of the way, I think you guys would like to play some D&D, is that correct?
Yes.
You sound so excited, Simon.
Yes.
That would be preferable.
That would be preferable. So, right, so I'm actually going to take a leaf out of another Dungeon Master's book that I've been talking to recently, and rather than me do the what happened previously, I'd like to see what you guys remember from the previous sessions and what has led you up to where you are now. In a way.
Well, never told there'd be homework here, Phil.
Well, I think I've actually
read
figured
this in an article.
Ah, did you? All right, okay.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good way for a Dungeon Master to get to know what the players want out of a session, because what the players will do is they will remember the bits that they really enjoyed about and that they want to follow, and it helps the Dungeon Master to push forward the ideas of the players. So, guys, I would like to, I'm going to hand over to you guys. I don't care who does it. It's entirely up to you. But who would like to, give us some brief notes on what has happened in the previous sessions, leading up to where you are now?
That's
Go for it.
exactly what the article said.
I actually haven't seen the article, but it's So who would like to do this?
Okay, I guess I will, since the other two are just jumping to volunteer. Right. So, you're welcome. So, in our previous sessions, we left Raljan's home of Ashenope, traveling east to Westera.
Yes.
That's not confusing at all. And encountered various attacks which were laid upon us by the Vicious Whisper, better known to us as Harrigan.
Mhm.
Upon reaching Westera, in Yarn's quest for an artifact which I've forgotten the name of, the Illusionati Stone.
Well done.
Thank you. I do take notes. They just don't make any sense to even me. We found a wizard living in a tower named Kai,
Yes, Kai Summerlet.
and Kai was just like, "Oh yeah, you have to follow these footsteps, which, according to myth, were made by giant walking mountains."
Absolutely.
And Jan's just like, "Walking mountains, what?" So just as we was about to do that, Westera came under attack from a giant stone creature-y thing, which I've forgotten the name of.
An Ogre
Yes, and we soundly defeated it, much to Phil's annoyance. We then,
To my surprise,
yeah, we then was just about to celebrate our victory, and we was told by the kingdom, "Oh no, let Westera fall." To which we all promptly went, "Screw that."
Yeah.
But Westera decided that they were going to defend their home with or without the kingdom's help, and told us to carry on with our quest because the way we were heading may just help them defeat their enemies. And after a bit of travelling and an encounter with a very stoned turtle,
Mhm.
there is some important character stuff, but I think I'll leave that for Grinks to disclose.
Mhm.
Grinks? Yes, I'm throwing you in the deep end.
Appreciate that. Character stuff. We met up with the dwarf dude.
No, I'm referring to the turtle encounter and what happened with you and Sal and what that led to.
Oh, okay, yeah. I had a shower with the turtle. That was interesting. And then, yeah, Sal dropped me in the deep end with being related to Ralshin.
Mhm.
Much tension was had. We then got to the druid village and discovered that Herion had opened a rift to the plane of water.
Mhm. Accidentally, but he did. Yeah.
And I volunteered us to deal with it. So we went down, and much shenanigans was had.
Mhm.
People were almost lost. Sal had their ability to breathe underwater, I don't know, snafu'd while we were down there, and was forced to retreat early from the battle, but not before saving Grinks' life.
Mhm.
We managed to give the all clear, and Jan and Stoner Druid Wizard
Jario.
managed to close the portal, and we managed to leave victorious.
Excellent. Well done. Fantastic. Do you know what? It's actually really good when you guys do that because it means I can take down the notes of all the things that you that you took
Yes,
from that.
and
Which is
thank
really
you, by the way, Phil, for giving us plenty of prep time for that.
Hey, it's all right. It's fine. I do it every week. It's no biggie.
Yeah, but you know you're going to do it. We didn't.
It's fine. So with that, so what I'm going to do is we're going to sort of pick up this session with just a brief, trying to fill in the 40 minutes between, like the end of last session. So, you pull the boats that you're all on to the side of the lake, which is now emptied quite significantly. There's quite a climb to get out from the boats back up to the top of the bank. So it takes probably about 10 to 15 minutes doing that. Just sort of getting the boat to the side and climbing out, finding the right footholds. It's really strange actually, because as you're doing so, there's giant like giant crabs and other sort of amphibious creatures that are sort of like around on the banks that look a bit stunned themselves that there's no water, and some of them sort of climbing down to try and get back down to the water's edge, whilst you guys are going back up towards the top.
If there's any fish floundering, can I grab a couple of fish for tea?
Yes. Give me a perception check.
18 on dice plus lots.
18 on dice plus lots. You know, I'm going to do something that hopefully works. Oh, excuse me. So, if I do this and that's not working. Oh well, never mind. So I'll just roll my own dice. You find 6 fish. And you manage to sort of like as you're going up, it will add sort of a few minutes, so about 5 minutes onto you climbing out. But you sort of see a few sort of fish sort of flapping around on stones and rocks, trying to flap their way back into the water. But you quite definitely sort of have you got a dagger or something? You're just trying to catch them, or?
I've got a dagger, yeah.
Yeah. So
I'll be avoiding the crabs because they look too much like spiders.
they're quite large as well. They're not just small crabs. They're quite big. Think of a spider crab, only with a big fatter body.
Well, I'll be making sure Ralgin's between me and them while I'm moving and grabbing the fish. Keeping a wary eye on them.
Okie dokie. So you managed to get your dagger, and you managed to skewer and collect 6 fish from the lake. And there's plenty, but sort of in the time that you've got and the amount of carry space that you've got, 6 is probably a lot. They're quite large fish. Probably that more akin to salmon or something, quite big. So you managed to get quite a few of those, and eventually sort of gets up to the top. Everyone else, you managed to climb your way out, and you just see Grink sort of climbing up, and then you hear a and these fish get slapped onto the bank as he pulls himself out of the water. So as you do this, Jario is going to and Jan step out and get out of the boat. Not out of the boat, sorry, up onto the bank. Help you guys out, because you'll be like the last. They'll be the first. You the last out. And Jario just says, thank you for that. Did you, can I offer you a drink or something to say thank you?
Yeah, drinks are always good, especially after that. And if you've got any of those potions spare, it might be handy to have 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah, we did make more than we needed, so I'm more than happy to hand the other 2 over to you. That's all I have. Just 2 more, if that's okay.
That would be perfect.
You saved our town, our village. I'm not going to deny you this request. I mean, you could have asked for much more. So, yes, you can definitely have those. If you just come with me to my home, and we can sort that out, and then you'll probably want to go and meet with Chief Bertrand and tell him of what happened. This way, follow me. And he'll take you back to his hut, his home, which is, remember, it's just a small, not mud hut. It's made out of wood with a straw thatched roof. Quite small on the inside, but enough space just for you all to fit in and sit. He makes you all a hot drink. It's a tea, but it's a very weak tea. He doesn't have much in the way of tea, as is, everyone was planning on leaving, and resources are quite scarce at the moment. However, after this, it might pick up with the village being saved. But he makes you all a weak tea, hands you Grinks the 2 potions of water breathing, and he'll sit down, and he sits next to Jan and says, "So, what did you say your purpose was coming through here again?"
We're actually traveling this direction on his request, and I gesture towards Jan.
Jan just
he-
raises a hand.
He's looking for some sort of magical artifact.
Oh, pray tell, what is the magical artifact you are seeking? Jan just sort of explains, rather than me roleplay, he just explains that he's looking for the illusionality stone and to disprove it. Jario just says, "Ah, so you're with that other group then? You're quite far behind them, aren't you? I guess
Sorry, other group?
Oh yes. Well, maybe a week or so prior to the vicious Whisper turning up with his minions and doing this to our village, and there was a group of I'd say intellectuals, academics, I guess, searching for a mythical stone as well. I just kind of assumed that you yourself were part of that. I'm sorry if I got that wrong."
No.
No, that's not us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who were these people? Can you describe them?
oh, of course. There was a young man, blonde hair. He was human. Was quite a cocky individual, but he was leading. He was obviously the leader of this particular group, bossing them all around and being very obnoxious. I guess is the word. But he carried one of those trinkets of the Incantus University, so I could tell that he was a magic user and was one of these academic types. And they came through and were talking about trying to find a stone of some kind. I don't know if it was this illusionality stone. They didn't really mention much. He tried to. He was very secretive, if I'm honest. As he's explaining this, Jan just kind of puts his hand on his forehead and is like, "Yeah, I know him. His name is his name. Hang on, where's my notes? Bloody hell! 1 second.
Jan, you need notes.
Fearless DM, ladies and gents.
I'm sorry." Oh dear.
Jan, do you need notes to remember our names?
No.
No, Bilbo.
His name is Keen. He's well, when we were at the Incantus University, he was something of a rival, turned ally, I guess. I guess if he's trying to find the stone and I'm trying to find the stone. How long did he turns back to Jario and says, "How long did you say that they were that they'd passed through here?" Jario just says, maybe a week. Depending on how many times they stop on the way. If you're planning on catching them, it probably wouldn't take you too long.
You know, Jan, if we've got the carriage, if we make haste, we should be able to catch up with them.
Jan just turns to you guys and just says, "You know what? I think I've burdened you all enough with my silly academics, and what you guys are doing is far bigger than trying to disprove a silly theory on a stone. I think it's probably best if we part ways here. I'm going to head on. I'm going to catch up with Keen and maybe see if we can make our interests align. If he's trying to find the stone and I'm trying to disprove the stone, at least we're both looking for the same thing. And I can't weigh you guys down." He turns back to Jario and says, "Did he say Did you get a good look of who was travelling with? Did they look capable? Jario says, not. I mean, maybe about as capable as the people that you're travelling with. They had some heavy hitters. It looked like he was maybe expecting some danger on the way. Well protected, and a few more intellectual types with him. Lots of books. Jan just kind of smiles, says, I think they're probably better suited for my mission. I'm sorry to do this to you. I know that you were probably, I kind of got the feeling that you were maybe invested in this a little bit, but I think with everything else that's going on, I think you guys were deep into something before I even came along. Is that right?
We have lots of other interests that we are currently pursuing, Jan. That is true. However, I respect your decision, and you're welcome back with us. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say you're welcome back with us at any point should you wish to return. Would you agree, Party?
Yeah. If this is really what you want to do, part ways here, then then all the best to you.
Well, then it's settled then. Jario, do you have a horse or something, or somewhere that I can travel with great speed? Jario just says, not personally, but I guess some of the horses that were hitched up to leave would still be readily available if you have the coin. Jan just says, "Oh, very good. Here is 100 gold. Will that do?" Jario just says, I mean, if you want to give it to me, that's fine. I can help you find appropriate transport. Very well. Come with me." He turns around to all of you guys and says, "Feel free to stay and finish your tea. I'll be back momentarily. Maybe shortly. A few minutes, 10 minutes, maybe. I'll see you soon." Jario heads towards the door and says, I'll take you someone that I believe will probably be wanting to stay and could probably do with the gold. Jan turns back to you all and just says, "Thank you for getting me this far, and I wish you the best in all of your endeavours."
Happy hunting, Jan.
Thank you.
I awkwardly raise my hand in a kind of like janky wave.
Thank you. And,
I'm gonna give Jan an embrace and give him a big embrace.
Oh, that's not necessary. Oh.
Jan, brother, it has been a pleasure.
Oh,
I'm sure our paths will cross in the future.
As you release the embrace, he kind of brushes himself off and says, "You're still a little wet from the water from the lake."
I'm absolutely sodden. Fucking wet. My hair's matted. We're just filled with water. It's like a sponge that's just so full.
He takes out his as you kind of move away. He casts Mage Hand, and you see a bottle of purple perfume kind of float up within like a spectral hand, and it sprays over him, and it's like getting rid of the lake smell. And he goes, "Thank you. I'll be seeing you." And he turns and he leaves the hut with Jario. And that's where that's going to be the end of Jan, I think. Not unless Andy decides to return which normally when he does, he returns with new characters. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm quite sad. I like that.
Yeah, Jan was a good character, but yeah, for now that is Jan currently written out. Hi, Domesticated Moss. It's good to see you back in the chat. Lovely to see you, and back to watching. After that, you guys you have a little bit of time. You're currently in Jario's huts. Is there anything you'd like to do whilst you're in here, sort of like still in the interim of what's going on? I know that you know what's going to happen in the future prior to this.
Yeah.
But is there anything you want to do?
I'll be getting dressed, tugging on my boots, and I'm just gonna kind of nudge Raljin. I think I've killed them, but they might need peeling, and I'm just gonna gesture towards the fish.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I can take care of a horse, I can cook things, but I'm fairly sure these need to be peeled first.
Okay, so you're right, they're dead. That does tend to be what happens when you take a fish out of water.
Actually, when you go over to them, you see one of them, its mouth is still kind of moving up and down slowly.
I just slit its neck.
Okay, it's now dead.
Except for that one. That one hung in there.
Fish with a neck.
Well, where it's...
Neck?
Yeah, the bit underneath the head.
It's attached to it. Neck?
Okay, so...
I'm going to pay close attention to Raljin, because there's odd stab wounds in these as well, because I tried to finish them off.
I reach for my pack, and I take out a little cooking pot, and I get some ingredients, and I start putting them in, and I then prepare the fish.
Okay, there is
right here on the side of the.
Yeah, there is actually a small like stove kitchen within this. So you'd actually have to get out your own cooking pot. You could just use Yario's sort of like kitchen that he's got if you want to.
I mean, that feels impolite.
Okay.
But, starting a fire in his house.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I mean, you can choose
a source of heat, or we could just go outside and dry off.
Oh yeah,
there is a brazier, which is probably not a bad idea. It's been less than an hour, so it's probably still looking like a silver wolf.
Yeah.
Or silver wolf's head.
Yeah, let's go outside.
Absolutely. So let me.
Bill?
Yeah.
Aylar's going to be speaking to the party and say, right, everybody, pass me your spears and the tridents. I'm going to take an itinerary of what we've got left.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I didn't use any.
I have to return promptly. Thank you, Raljin.
You've probably got 4 with various gubbins of chum on them.
Well, what I'm going to do is whilst everyone's cooking and stuff, I'm going to clean the spears, clean the tridents, and make sure that we hand them back in pretty much in they arrived in. I don't want to be disrespectful and hand them covered in chum and all sorts of dead monster,
Of course.
Okay.
So I'll be busy doing that. And if I have any spare time left, I'm going to be carving the huge creature that we killed into the shield.
Okay. Fair enough. So you're cleaning up these spears. It takes you. So how long have we got? We spent 15 minutes. It's been about another 10. So it takes you maybe about 5 or 10 minutes to clean these up. They look presentable. And are you taking them back to Reynard?
I certainly am. I want to get them back in one piece, each of them, as soon as possible. I gave him my word. That's very important to me.
Okay, so is it just you going, or is everyone else going?
I'm open to everyone coming, or that if I can
supervising the cook, because I want to know how to.
I'm easy.
Fish.
Okie dokie. So while you guys are cooking, we'll say that you, Aylar, you head back to the fisherman's hut, which I will move the map to on the Discord so people can see. I know you guys can't see it on the thing unless you've got the Discord open. So you head over to the fisherman's huts, and as you approach, it's a bit of a different scene, actually. So this is actually where you exited the water, maybe a little bit around the bend from here. But the bank itself kind of is a lot shallower. A lot drier. So the waterline has receded right back, and then almost like dips off into a cliff down into the oasis. There's a boat that was obviously in the water at the time, which has it's now landed on the bank, no longer floating. And you see Reynard, the brown-haired elf. He's kind of staring out into the oasis, which is, for all intents and purposes, his livelihood. That's his job. He's a fisherman, so you can see him staring out with some sorrow, I guess. He's actually sat down. There's a almost like a log chair, like a log bench that he's just sort of sat on. He's staring out into the wet chasm, I guess. What do you do?
Is this the person that lent us the weapons?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Oh, I'm going to march up to him and say, "Greetings! I have returned. Here are the weapons that you lent to us. Without such gifts, we would not have been able to defeat the mighty abomination below the water. I give you my sincere thanks."
You approach with gusto as he's sat, sort of like looking, his back turned to you as you approach, and you approach with greetings. He kind of.
Ayla's not very emotionally intelligent. So
yeah. He turns around slowly, and a small smile creeps upon his face, almost like he's trying to force it. But then you're not very insightful, so you probably wouldn't tell that he is. And he just says, he stands up and says, "Oh, thank you. I'm glad that they could have been of. I'm glad they could have been of use. It's
yes,
it's good to hear. It's good to hear.
That particular important trident of your father's was very useful. I was successful in managing to use it to shepherd a shoal of fish to distract the abomination.
Well, that's certainly a creative way of using it.
Whilst my colleagues were able to bombard it, yes, and whilst my colleagues bombarded it, together as a team, we managed to defeat the watery abomination from below the sea.
Wow. Maybe minstrels will sing of this day in your honour. Well, I thank you. My deepest gratitude for bringing back the spears and the tridents. It's mighty good of you, and I imagine anyone else would have just taken off with them. So, thank you, I guess. If you want, you can just bring them into the hut, and we can mount them back up on the walls. Not that I guess we'll be using them for a little while, with the lake being as it is.
What is wrong with the lake?
Do you not have eyes?
Well, I see it's sunken somewhat.
I mean, if we can't get the boats out there, it's going to be very tricky to actually do any fishing. And he kind of gestures out towards the edge of it, and you can see that the other two that were carrying boats before, the other two that you spoke to, they're actually climbing down, and they're trying to do what Grinks did. They're getting their spears, and they're trying to catch as many fish as they can. You see some of them actually. One of them is catching some fish and putting them in a net. The other one has got has got a stick and is just flicking some of them into the water. Says, I mean, this is kind of the way that we're going to have to do things for now. Not, we can't moor the boats. So I guess doing things manually is going to be the way we do it for a while, and it's going to be slow going. But I guess we'll just have to make it work. It's just going to be quite tiring. Hopefully.
Could you not use a trident of your father's to help you fish?
And we could. It's one way of doing it. It's a little embarrassing, but I never learned how to use it.
Well, would you like me to help you? I mean, I was quite fortunate in that I only used it once, but it worked first time, and it worked really well. And as I say, it really helped us.
I've tried. For some reason, it's more of a keepsake for me, and I've only been keeping it for the sake of keeping it.
Well,
why don't you have it?
would you like me to have an attempt right now to try it?
No, you should keep it.
I would be honoured.
I think
I would be honoured to keep it because I can see it being of use to us in the future in our adventures. But are you sure your father wouldn't want you to have it?
my father would want this trident to go to good use, and I think it would be in better use in your hands than it would in mine.
I can assure you that if you give me that trident, I will look after it, ensure that our party get full use out of it in all the best ways we can. In that, and that for us is ridding this world of atrocities, abominations, and trying to right the many wrongs that we encounter.
Very well. You're very enthusiastic about what you do, aren't you?
It's all I know. It's all I have. I know of nothing else.
Well, fishing is all I know and all I have, and I know of nothing else. And I think if you can be that enthusiastic about fighting the fight, then maybe. And he starts to roll up his sleeves. Maybe I can be as enthusiastic about trying to, make the best out of a bad situation here. Gonna
Excellent.
Get my spears, and I'm gonna head down there with the other two, and I'm gonna catch some fish.
Yes. To catching fish. I fist pumps his hand in the air. Yes.
Yeah. He does it with some enthusiasm. Thank you for returning the spears, and hopefully maybe we'll meet again.
Yes, and thank you for the trident. We will be putting it to good use.
Well, I hope you do. And you see, as he finishes that, there's like a rope ladder which has been put down into the cliff part down into the water, and he kind of goes over to the edge and starts climbing down this rope ladder to join the other two fishermen in the sort of within the chasm. What you can kind of picture is it's the same lake, however, it's almost like there's a large cliff that goes down, and it's the water starts maybe 40 foot down from where it did before. So there's quite a lot of water has been lost from this lake or this oasis. So it's very different to how it looked before. Basically, the water just sucked down into the plane of water. Yes.
How far am I away from the water?
You're close to the water's edge. I'm going to say possibly 10, 40, about 50 feet.
Just as a nice gesture, if I'm now out of sight because they've gone to the water, could I just as a parting gift use the trident, a whole shoal of the most sort of, I don't know, the nearest shoal of fish towards their necks? Could I just not use the trident just as a parting gift?
I'll allow that. So give first of all because you have to be able to see to use the trident. First of all, give me a perception check to see if you can see a shoal of fish swimming around.
So I usually roll advantage with perception. Do I still roll advantage?
Is it with perception? Then yes.
Yes, because All right, so I rolled a 15, and I get perception of. Just check. I don't think it's very good. That's why I got advantage. Yeah, minus what? I got 14.
14 is enough. You manage to see as you look into the water, round about the middle, so well out of reach of anybody. you see there's a shoal of fish, and you notice it because there's some birds that are sort of flying down and like trying to catch them. So you can see them sort of bubbling around in the middle of the water. You extend your trident out towards the shoal of fish, and let's have a look. Okay, 60 feet. So yeah, you can do this. I'm going to say you expend a charge, and they have to roll to see. So they fail. As you extend the trident, it's almost like catching, and you whisper the command. What are you going to command them to do?
Head into the nets.
Okay.
Head into the fisherman. Jump into the fisherman's nets.
Okay. So as they've got their nets out and they're starting to sort of like try to catch fish, and they're not doing very well because all the fish appear to be in the middle. They're suddenly their eyes widen as the fish start to almost like sort of jump out of the water and towards them. They have their nets there, and they sort of look and they hold their nets up into the air as these fish just sort of, and they're like there's glee on their faces as these fish just start jumping into their nets. One of them says, "Reynard, look, they're actually they're jumping in." And Reynard turns around and looks up towards you, kind of puts his hand up and does a little bit of a salute and just mouths, "Thank you." As two very excited fishermen are just being bombarded with fish and just catching them every which way.
I'd like to imagine that they're just in a big mountain of fish. they're flopping all over him, and they're like, and his hand just appears from a mountain of fish. Goes, "Thank you," and waves.
Yeah, pretty much what you get. Excellent. I like that. That was a good use of the trident. Right. Okay. So we'll go around to Grinks and Raljan. We'll say this is happening simultaneously. So you guys are you using the brazier that's outside the?
No. I think we're using that to dry off our clothes.
Oh right. Okay. So let's go back around to here. So are you using Jario's kitchen then?
No. We're outside.
Okay, you're outside.
But I've got a little fire set up. A safe little fire.
A safe little fire outside Jario's home. Yep. Okay, so you two are sat outside Jario's house, and you're along with Sal as well. Sal's sat there as well, just kind of watching, just glancing off into the distance, but just watching what's going on. And Raljan, you're preparing the fish. Is this correct?
That's right.
Okay, so I'm going to say, give me survival check.
Okay, well that is. That is 19.
19 is a good number. So,
and while he's doing this, can I pay attention? Because I don't have survival.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn how to gut a fish and prepare it and scale it.
Okay, so whilst you're doing this, this will be... I'm going to say to watch carefully, perception. So you're perceiving everything that's going along and taking it in. So roll me perception to see how well you watch everything.
I'm watching, but I can't get over the ick factor that it's from water. So it's just the knee-jerk response. That is a 6.
Okay. So here's what happens. Go on, Raljan.
I was just going to say, while I'm prepping the fish, just kind of doing it without thinking because it's second nature. I grew up near a river, that kind of thing. I just go, do you think Accalia uses a lot of words to say a short sentence?
Yeah, he's... Yeah, I've got nothing else. Yeah.
So you're precisely the opposite.
Yeah. As you're doing this, Raljan, and obviously you know what you're doing. You just kind of you take your knife, you turn the fish upside down, your hand, and you kind of slit it up the belly, and pull your knife back and start picking out like the innards. This is where your 6 comes in. You see this, Grinks, and the gag reflex kind of kicks in, and it's kind of like as they pull out, the smell is immediate. It kind of hits you right up your nose, and then when it kind of comes out, it kind of pops, and all the muscle sinew kind of pops out, and it's too much for you, so you kind of turn away slightly and kind of.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Raljin isn't even looking at what he's doing. He's done it so many times. It's kind of second nature. So and doing that. So you do it on. You're going to do it on 6 of them. So I'll say you do it on the first 3. Give me another survival roll for the other 3. And give me another perception roll, please, Grinks, just while he's doing that. So he's done 3 of them. It's hard to watch. The next 3.
That isn't as good. But that is still a 15.
Okay, that's enough. Grinks?
I don't want to tell you.
That one?
No, not quite. It's a 3 on dice. It's Wes. Or overall.
It's a what, sorry?
4 overall. 3
Oh,
on
God.
It's not good. It's not good. It's the smell. It's not the looking at it. I can deal with guts. That's not a problem. It's the fact that it smells like water and sea and rivers and just ugh.
Yeah.
Gyron, if you're going to throw up, can you do it over there and let me cook?
It's not.
You promptly, in fact, give me a Constitution saving throw.
That tracks. Constitution's pretty good, so that would be 18.
18.
So
you go to throw
hold
up.
it until I get to the bushes.
Yes.
Just to the south.
Yeah. So it's a little bit much, but you do manage to hold in the sick until at least you get to a place of dignity and do it there. So you unfortunately, Grinks, you don't learn how to gut a fish today. It's not something that Grinks is going to learn at this point. Sal is actually going to sit and snigger as this is going on, and as Sal probably would. So as you finish sort of doing this and you start placing the fish over the fire, Jario sort of returns. He looks at you and says, "Well, why are you cooking outside of my home? I have a perfectly good stove on the inside."
Just seemed a bit rude to use it without permission.
Oh, I would have let you. It's fine. In fact, it's you would have been more than welcome.
Anyway, fish grill's better in the open air.
Yeah, that it does. I'll take some of that if you don't mind. It smells really good. You use different herbs and spices on there, don't you?
Oh yeah. Most of them I've brought from home. So there's a little bit of a kick to them that you might not get elsewhere.
Where did you say you were from again?
I didn't. I'm from Ashenoak.
Ashenoak. Sorry, I'm not actually very well travelled. I ask you where you're from, but I've never actually left this village, or well, I say the village, the 12 Steps. So
it's fine. It's kind of to the east. Sorry, the west of here.
I see. Is it still within the kingdom, or is it?
No.
Oh, very well. There aren't many towns west of here that are within the kingdom. Wester is the most western point, or they say that. We are in line with Wester as well, so I guess we're still the western point that's still within the kingdom. So, yes, I guess we are the most western point of the kingdom. But yes, very well. I'll take some of that fish if you're offering, of course. I was there when it was caught, and I do believe that. Maybe I'm deserving of something. It's been a very strenuous day, I have to say.
Yeah, it'll take a little while. I'll let you know when it's ready.
Very well. I'm a little tired anyway. I'm going to go and sit in my chair inside and actually contemplate my life choices up till now. Just bring some in when it's ready. And he walks off and heads on into his home and sort of closes the door. Right. Oh. Is there anything else anyone wants to do? No. It's really good actually because Sal has just turned up. Yay! That was perfect timing actually. Well said, Fran. Well done. Fantastic.
Oh boy.
So
Everything's fine.
everything is fine.
Fine.
We haven't actually got up to the point where we ended the last session yet. We've been doing things in between. So just to catch you up, Sal, in the interim, bullet points. Yana's left, so he's just found out there is a rival academic who is currently looking for the same thing that he's looking for, and he's going to go catch up with them and join them. So that's what he's going to go do, and he's left the party and just paid for a horse to try and catch up with them. Ayla has gone back to Reynard the fisherman and handed back all of the spears and things, and Reynard gifted him the Trident of Fish Command. So that is now a magical item that you guys have in the party. And then Ayla then proceeded to use that to make loads and loads of fish jump into their fishing nets as a thank you. We've then gone up to Raljin and Grinks, who were gutting some fish. Raljin was doing the gutting, and Grinks was trying to watch to try and learn, but just couldn't stomach the smell nor the sight of gutting fish and promptly threw up in the bushes. To which I said Sal would probably snigger. So, and that's accounted for about half an hour of the time in between. So there's about 10 more minutes of time to account for. So we'll say within that time, the fish gets cooked, and you all sort of enjoy enjoy the fish. And is there anything else anybody wanted to do within this time? Is there anything that Sal would have wanted to do within this time?
Well, I mean, no. No, Sal is just happy to have all their friends around them and be... Oh, well, one thing Sal did do was put their mask back on.
Oh, yes.
Just because there are other people around, and but they haven't really said much since then. I think they are kind of implying that if anyone wants to ask, they can when they get to the pub, maybe.
Okay.
In about 15 minutes time.
Yep.
So we'll do that. So we'll sort of fast forward the next 15 minutes, and you guys you've had your fish, and you want to wash it down with some of the ale that they have, which they're now starting to offload some of their good stuff, because they know they're probably going to stay, so they're going to celebrate by getting out some of the good stuff. You guys all go to the drinking hole, and you sit around a table, and they bring out some of the best ale, and it's on the house. They're quite adamant that you don't pay for this. You've just saved their village, and they're going to pay you in kind. So you all get a pint of the best ale, and actually it's like a honey nectar kind of sweet, like alcoholic beverage, and it's really, really nice, almost like a mead. It's really, really sweet. As soon as it hits your tongue, it's for those of you that are drinking it, it's almost like drinking pure sugar, and it's and then to the point, then you kind of swallow it. It's quite syrupy. It's not the same. It's not very. It's liquid, but it's a little bit thicker than your average. And it goes down, but it's so smooth. And if you had a sore throat before drinking this, that would be instantly cured. It's what it's like drinking. And it tastes so good. You're all sitting around in the tavern. Is there anything you wanted to do whilst you're sitting and enjoying some of this beautiful honey mead?
No, I guess Raljin, Sal catches Raljin kind of looking over, like, it's clear he wants to ask about the scars, but he doesn't feel that he should be asking about the scars, because it's obvious Sal's gone to great lengths to hide them. So it's one of those kind of awkward. Shall I? No, what? Nothing.
Sal
Yeah.
is not going to make it any easier for you. Sal is gonna meet your eyes and then kind of move on and continue with whatever conversation we were having, because they are going to answer if anyone asks. But
Okay. So after you're drinking and you might Alar's probably telling the story over and over again of what happened. He's actually probably showing off I can imagine Alar's probably showing off the new picture that he's carved into his shield.
Yeah.
Rudimentary as it is.
With a picture of it?
Oh yeah, he's got. Yeah, I'll let Alar tell you.
Yeah, so basically every time there's a major kill, it has to be a major kill now though, because we're kind of like running out of room. He carves it onto the shield as a bit of a sort of a way of never forgetting what all the horrible things all the abominations we've ridded the world of.
That's impressive.
He's got all
That's a
sorts on
lot
it now.
that. Oh, what's that one?
That's a death dog.
Whoa. What's a death dog?
Yes. Well, it is now.
Because you killed it, right?
It's better if you don't explain it, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not very good at jokes.
Nor am I.
Yeah, but the killing stuff is fun, so yay.
Yeah.
While this is going on, I'm going to go back to the bar and I'm going to ask if they've got anything like a straw, like a reed or something like that.
Yeah, the barmaid, I can't remember her name now, I've got it written down somewhere. Will sure. And she gives you just a reed which is been hollowed out and made into like a little straw.
I'll ask for another round of drinks and I'll offer to pay.
No, you're not going to pay. Not at all. This barrel, you can drink as much as you like, as much as it, as long as you're still standing, you can drink it. And it's a big, it's a big barrel. It's absolutely, it's massive. You could probably fit 6 people in the barrel.
That's handy to have that, dear. Thank you, Phil.
Alright, so if we fight 6 people anytime soon, guys.
By the way,
Great idea.
I would just like to say that if like certain people, say drinks, are on their third tankard or whatever,
Yeah.
Ralgin is still only a quarter of the way through his first.
Right.
So
I'd seen it go down and had gone to the bar early for him.
Oh. Don't let us peer pressure you out of character. In character, why aren't you drinking?
Oh dear. And actually, Sal, as you say that, in character, you just sort of say,
Why? Don't let those be my last words.
Well, that's poetic justice.
I just wanted to say how much I appreciate.
No. The last thing you say are, "Why are you drinking?" And as you say that, you just suddenly you find it really hard to breathe, and you see below the mask. As they've just asked you, why aren't you drinking, Ralgin? You sort of see below the mask, Sal almost like trying to take a breath, and really struggling and trying to take in a deep breath, and you cannot. It's like the air is suffocating you, and everything suddenly starts to go white. You start to clutch at your throat, and it's really, really difficult. You have about 2 minutes from now before you go unconscious.
Yep.
And that is where we're going to take a break.
You dick.
A cliffhanger twice on the same moment.
Yes, I am. Absolutely. I thought it'd be a good way to do that. So, guys, if you are watching, if you are liking what you are seeing, please give us a follow. We're trying to amass those followers, you guys, which are awesome, to help us reach our Twitch affiliacy or whatever, however you say that. But if you are enjoying the show, please drop us a follow, and if you do it,
because it would make Phil really happy, share us on your social media as well. Let people know.
Oh yeah.
What,
Twitter, TikTok, yeah, absolutely everything. Yeah, go for it. Share us because we love to share our stories and it's really nice to. We get a lot of what's the word? It makes us feel happy when we know that other people enjoy it as well. So yeah, if the moment moves you, please drop us a follow. Sharing is caring. If the moment moves you, please drop us a follow and like and all your socials and everything. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, thank you. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back in about 10 or 11 minutes, 8 o'clock ish. And we'll find out what happens with Sal as they begin to suffocate in front of everyone's eyes.
Brilliant.
We'll see you all shortly.
I've got the music. I can hear that.
Hello and welcome back to Call It Crits, where we've ended the first half of our session with a cliffhanger that we ended the last session on, which I know is probably bad storytelling, but we had to make up for the fact that Sal wasn't here for the beginning part. But they're back, and the cliffhanger that we ended on in our last session is now commencing. So we're going to jump in as soon as I just do a real quick thing here, and I do that, and I do that, and suddenly I can hear my music. That is amazing. Right. Okay. So, yeah. Suddenly, Sal, you're finding it really hard to breathe.
Yeah.
What do you do? How do you react in this situation?
I'm gonna sort of. I would like to roll an intelligence check because I don't know whether Sal would know what's going on, and there's possibly a part of Sal's brain that's thinking they've been poisoned.
Okay, so give me an intelligence check then, please.
Oh boy. Oh no. That's not bad. Okay, 11.
11. Okay. As far as you with an 11, you can't ascertain exactly what's going on here. All you know is that something is wrong. And I think with your panicking brain suddenly not being able to breathe and you're gasping for air, you're finding it a real hard. You're having a real hard time thinking clearly.
Okay, so Sal is going to basically stand up, like their chair pushes back, and they are kind of gonna look at the rest of the group, and it's kind of hard to tell what it is that they are thinking, but they are backing away from the group.
Okay.
I'll be with you in a sec, Sal. I'm just getting the top up.
I'm gonna see if I can figure out what's wrong.
Okay, so see if you can give me an intelligence check. And
Okay.
depending on what your line of thought is, so what does Ralston think might be wrong? What's he trying to
Okay.
ascertain? Because this will
So-
determine what you add to this.
Okay, so Ralston can tell that Sal is gasping,
Yes.
and a minute ago they were fine. Now they don't seem to be choking, so he's trying to figure out what would suddenly make them lose the ability to breathe. And I would like, it's up to you, because I think I know what's caused this. But
Right.
I don't know if Ralston would figure this
So
out.
in this case, then you would be able to roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, okay. So I don't actually have Arcana, but that's fine because I got a 19 on the dice.
Okay, that is absolutely fine. So you cast your mind back to when you're having your battle underwater, and Sal was hit with this mist that the aboleth gave off, which meant that Sal could no longer breathe underwater. From what you all thought at the time, you thought that it had cancelled the effect of the water breathing potion, which was in part true. However, what you sort of come to the conclusion here is the water potion never wore off. Sal just couldn't breathe underwater because it had reversed the effects. So Sal, at the moment, cannot breathe on land because the potion has worn off. And that suddenly comes to you. That thing, it must be that.
Okay. Grinks!
I didn't do it.
No! Sal can't breathe air anymore because of the thing that fish thing did to it, and need. Can you dispel magic? Do you know dispel magic?
No. What do you? I'm going to
I grab Sal by the wrist and say, "I know this is against your nature, but trust me." And I run outside, trying to drag Sal with them.
Sal,
I will follow.
Sal goes willingly. Tell me where you are going.
Just the straightest line towards the water.
Okay,
Get it. Just pick her up and dunk her in the big beer barrel.
Pick them up and dunk them in. The water is quite a significant distance from you at the moment if you're trying to go to the oasis. So, for example, where you are now, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 times 5. Because it's 5 feet.
Earlier.
Pardon?
This place was flooded earlier.
Yeah, but as the water has all receded right back down, so there is actually what I was actually explaining before is the water is actually reduced within the oasis, so it's actually about 50 feet further down.
I would like to veer off course because I've got a better idea.
Okay.
I hand Sal my sheepskin.
Okay.
Which has just got water in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, try to breathe this in, but do it slowly.
Okay.
And
So
what I'm in my new direction is the wizard's hut.
Okay. So
basically, it's like, think of it like when you're when two divers are sharing a single oxygen tank. They have to hold their breath and just do gasps when they're feeling they need them, rather than breathing normal.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get Sal to do.
In order to do this, it's going to require a bit of intelligence, and it's going to require a lot of concentration. Because have you ever tried putting water in your mouth and breathing it?
Yeah.
It's going to go against your nature. So it's going to be Constitution on this. So what I need you to do, Sal, is I need you to take the sheepskin, the water in the sheepskin. You need to put it into your mouth and attempt to breathe it, and I'm going to make you make a Constitution check to see if you can do that for the first. Just a straight Constitution check.
Oh, okay. 13.
13. You're struggling.
Yep.
So you put the water into your mouth and you go to try and breathe it, but you're still trying to breathe in the air, which is your instinct. So it just comes off and you end up coughing it up. You get some of it, but it's not enough to make you feel like you've taken a breath.
Whereabouts are they at the moment?
I'm going to say with this, because I've been counting how long you've been going. So you will be somewhere between about, hang on 1 second, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's 2. Are you doing full movement? That's 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hang on 1 second. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'm going to say you're at the house just before the Jario's house. So you've got one more round before you get to Jario's house and get it and be able to get in there.
So I was in the pub when Raljin shouted that.
Yes.
And I heard him say the potions wore off and Sal can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have taken off after them. If I'm double movement in and I'm not... actually, bugger it. I'll use a Misty Step to get in front of them.
Okay.
I'll just tick that one off as a spell used. I'm going to appear right in front of them, and I'm going to stick my hand into my satchel, pull out a potion of water breathing, and I'll just kind of try and grab Sal and force the potion of water breathing in, under the mask. And just say, drink this.
Sal, do you do that willingly?
I'm confused, but at this point, I think if I see the potion, I will try and grab it off him and drink it.
Okay.
I assume that if this is something that's going to have like an antidote for the poison I've obviously taken.
Okay. So it's been 1 minute, by the way, so far.
Oh God.
Grinks appears in front of you and hands you, tries to force feed you this potion.
And I'm kind of like trying to take it off of him so I can drink it myself because I'm like, no, I can do it, but also choking at the same time.
Okay. So you do the same. You grab it. You pull down your mask, I guess, and you down the potion of water breathing.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, sir, it takes a couple of seconds, but you're able to breathe again. The air you manage to be able to take it in, and you just have to take gasps of breath.
Ugh. What was that?
So you remember when that thing underwater gassed you and you stopped being able to breathe water?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think working theory is that it didn't actually nullify the potion, it just inverted your ability to breathe. So you can only breathe water without the help of a potion of water breathing, in which case you can breathe air.
With what Raljin's saying, I'm going to work it through in my head. I've got 15 on dice, plus 6, so that's 21, plus 3, 24. Can I try and work out how we can counteract this permanently?
What did you roll? What was the skill? Because I would have said roll Arcana. Is that what
Arcana?
It was Arcana.
15 on dice, I've got 2 pips in Arcana and a plus 3 intelligence.
Okay, so sorry, my music is way too loud. There we go. So, from what you know with your Arcana check, is that these effects that that monsters will have on people, they're hardly ever permanent. There's usually a time limit on this. So, from what you can probably reassure Sal, is that it's not going to be constant. However, you don't know exactly how long it's going to last. So you know that it's very likely that there's going to be an end to this. You don't know how long that will last. You don't know when the end will come. It could be an hour. Well, it couldn't be an hour because it could be an hour because it could just be 15 minutes left of it, or it could be longer than that. It could be 3-4 hours.
Right.
Oh, man.
Quick question, Phil. Would we have had an opportunity to roll hit dice while we were cooking and stuff like that, or was that not classed as rest?
technically
we
wasn't classed as a short rest because you'd have to have sort of like stated that you were having a short rest, and in that time I don't think you didn't have long enough. You'd have to have an hour. So
Okay, yeah, so it's not been an hour then. Right, okay.
I think maybe our best bet would be the wizard. What's his name? Yazario?
yeah, Jario.
Oh yeah, I know, but Ralston's.
Oh right.
Um, and
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
if they know.
You take Sal to them. I'm going to go to the water's edge and see if anything from the aboliths the octopus things have washed up.
Okay.
I'm going to reach into my satchel again, and I'm going to pull out the other potion of water breathing, and I'm going to hand it to Sal. Just in case things get hairy,
If
take
it
another
happens
one of
again, I
these.
should drink this.
Yeah, I mean, you should be good for an hour, but just
What
hold
if
on
it-
to that.
What if it lasts for days? Or weeks?
I'm going to go see if I can find some bits, and we'll see what we can do.
Answering the question. Okay.
I'm deliberately not answering the question because I
Okay,
don't know.
fine. Okay, I'm putting my mask back on.
Um,
God. This has been a day.
yeah, hasn't it just?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry. Do these houses have doors, or is it more like curtains, or what?
No, they have doors. Yeah,
Okay.
they've got wooden doors on them. Most of them, anyway.
Okay.
You know.
I'll go up and knock on the door and mispronouncing his name. It's Yazario.
Yes. And he just kind of see him open the door. He's like, oh, hi, Raljian. Thank you for the fish, by the way. It was delicious.
Yes, you're quite welcome. So Sal here has tiny bit of a problem.
Oh, anything I can help with?
Well, we hope so. So there was when we was down there in the water, there was these things that spewed some sort of poison or gas or something, and now Sal can't breathe air without the aid of a potion of water breathing.
I think I might be a fish now.
That's a rather bizarre affliction.
Tell me about it.
Come on in and sit down. I'd like to study this. It sounds interesting.
Well, we've got an hour.
Okay. What happens in an hour?
The potion of water breathing wears off.
And
I do have another one. Grinks gave me a second one.
Oh.
So
yeah.
we have 2 hours, and then I think I will die.
Well, do come on in. I'd love to see what's actually happening here. And come on in. And he gestures you to come on inside and offers you a seat. If you don't mind, just out of scientific curiosity and everything, I'd like to take a look at your neck, if that's okay.
Right. Okay. Sal is going to kind of pull down their scarf and pull up their mask slightly so you can see their neck, but their face is still covered.
Okay. He steps forward and inspects and says, that's interesting. You said that you took a potion of water breathing recently, yes?
Yes.
Well, there's no gills. Which is strange, because when you drink a potion of water breathing, you actually gills will appear just along the neckline. It's actually something that the person that drinks the potion doesn't actually really notice unless you actually see it. They're usually quite small, but you don't have them.
Oh, good?
Well, I mean,
Not good.
it's good for someone that hasn't just taken a potion of water breathing. But you've taken a potion of water breathing, which means that that you will have had, I don't know, either it's just not had an effect, or you have gills and it's taken them away. It's a little bit bizarre, actually. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
But we've been up in the air for ages after the water. How come it just started after we got to the pub?
Well,
You sure I wasn't poisoned?
Well, how long ago did you take the previous potion of water breathing that I gave you to go down into the oasis?
That is a good question. Raljin, how long ago did I take the last potion to go
I'd
down?
say a little over an hour.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like any theory that we may have had has been confirmed there. Then that whatever happened to you down there reversed the effects. You have somewhat become aquatic. Or aquatic. I don't know how long it would be for. He's gonna have a think. Says, it could be permanent. I don't know. It's not something that I've witnessed before. I'm not. I'm book smart. But this seems very strange. I certainly hope it's not permanent. Otherwise, you may need to find yourself a fish tank. I'm joking, by the way.
Dude.
Sorry.
Meanwhile, while this is going on, Grinks is heading down to the shoreline and climbing down and going to the water's edge.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So, Grinks, you're climbing down. Whilst you're climbing down there, you actually notice there's 3 fishermen who are trying to carry a very heavy net full of fish along the bottom, and they're sort of like trying to haul it up this rope ladder that they've made up towards right on the other side of the oasis. And they look really pleased, but they're struggling quite a lot. You're making your way down. What exactly are you looking for?
I am looking for any of those squid things that we may have missed while we was down there. There's an awful lot of water, and I'm seeing if there's any air remnants of what we had that had killed, or
Yes.
B, any live ones.
Okay.
And I'd like to give a quick scout to the fishing net just to see as I go by.
Okay. So so you're on the opposite side of the oasis to where the fishing net is, so you can just sort of see them over in the distance. So you can't. I don't know if you can see the
Can I
stream.
shout? Oh, I wouldn't be able to see what they were doing.
So you're over on the opposite side. So if you
So how much has the water shrank? Is it kind of just down to the dark blue bit now?
Yes, if you see with the dark blue bit, that's where the water line is now, and where the dark blue bit starts, that's where it kind of drops about 50 feet down. Some of it worse than others, but it's where it drops, and it's where the water line would get deeper. 50 feet down there, that's where the water line is, if you know what I mean. So.
So it's not massively unreasonable that I can see them struggling with a net then.
Oh yeah, you can see them over on the other side. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see where my mouse is.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just shout over and just ask them. You got any squids in there?
What the hell's he called? Reynard turns around. The scruffy brown-haired elf turns around and says, we haven't actually we haven't checked out the hall yet. We had a lot of fish sort of jump in there, and we had quite a few sort of in there at the moment. It was bizarre, really, but I mean, I know what happened. These guys don't believe me. I mean,
It's urgent. It's life or death. I need one of those squid things.
Well, if you want to help us get it up onto the shoreline, then you feel free to look.
And then I'll sprint round and then I'll use levitate. So while Raljin and Sal are having that conversation, so I'll knock levitate off for my daily spell use.
Okay, so you get yourself round there, and you see that they're like trying to haul it up onto the side. They're struggling a little bit. It's quite a lot. It's quite a heavy net full of fish. And
£500. I'll just double check that for you. I think it's up to £500 I can levitate. Where are you? Levitate. Here we go. £500.
Oh yeah, I think that should be about enough. So just before you do, he says, whoa. Wait till we tie the net up before you do any of that. You'll all fall out. And they kind of lower it down and they secure the top of the net. And then you cast and levitate, and the net then rises up, and it says, "You know, we really could use you. You know, just around for a while we make a few of these." That's impressive. And as it sort of levitates up and lands on the shoreline above them, they all climb up the rope ladder and they offer you a hand up, and you all get up onto the top. It's a huge sort of like bulking net of fish, probably around about the size of I don't know, like a large like a table, and it's just like you see some of the fish are sort of flapping around. You're trying to see if there's anything that resembles this octopus aboleth creature. Would you like to just like have a look to see if you can see it? Sort of like. I'm
going to start just raking through it.
Okay.
I'm going to put my fear of fish and water things aside, and Sal's in trouble. Somebody who saved my life.
Okay.
I have to just get over this for a moment and then freak out later.
Okay. So there's the net is still tied at the top, but you can cut it open, or you can just try and look through the net and see if you can see through. How would you like to do it?
I'll use my sleight of hand, if possible, and untie it as quick as I can.
Okay, so it's all on the shoreline, so what you do is you kind of untie it as fast as possible, and it kind of, the net flops open, and all these fish can just, and there's that flopping all over the place. And it's a big pile. Give me well, it depends on how quick you're doing this. If you're doing it quick, perception. If you're doing, trying to do a thorough job, investigation. Your choice.
I'm going to do a thorough job because I need to make sure, and I'm looking for anything like tentacles or anything like, that may have floated up if we killed it, or anything along those lines.
Okay, give me an investigation roll then, please.
Investigation. Investigation is intelligence based, which is good. So 13 on dice, 16 overall.
16 overall. That's pretty good. You begin to search through the fish, and Reynard and the other two fishermen is like, kind of stand back and kind of like letting you go crazy within the fish and sort of like throw them around. You notice, or you don't notice, but Reynard, as you're doing this, some of the fish that you kind of flop aside, some of them try to go back over the edge, and he's like catching them and say, whoa, careful. You begin to search through until eventually you find something long and thin. It resembles a tentacle. You kind of pull it aside. It's grey in colour. And you sort of like pull it aside and realize quickly that this is not an aboleth. In fact, it is a giant octopus that has been caught in the net. It's still alive, and as you kind of go to push it aside, it goes to grab you. That's hang on. That's an 18 to grab you.
Natural 1. It grabs me.
Yeah. So you are now. You've been grabbed by this octopus, and it's got its tentacles. Sorry, its arms, because octopi don't have tentacles. You learn something new every day. Squid have Yes, is it squid? Squid have tentacles, octopi don't. Anyway, one of its arms wraps around you, and you can feel the suction sort of like gripping onto your coat and onto your jacket, and some of it grabs hold of your skin. And you're kind of pulling aside. And as you wrestle with this octopus, which is around about 3/4 your height, like as it stretches itself out, you notice just like underneath another pile of fish, the jagged, toothy maw of a dead aboleth on the ground underneath a load of fish. However, you've currently got this octopus wrapped around you and trying to. It's like it's trying to get away, but it's also it's threatened. 1 second. Actually, I'm going to say roll initiative, just for you and the octopus.
The octopus is going first if it doesn't have a natural 1. I rolled a 5, so
okay.
With 1 second, that would be 9 total.
So that is for the octopus 17 total. So it is going to. It says tentacles on it. It's wrong. Octopi don't have tentacles. It's going to use its tentacle attack, and it's going to go for natural 1. It misses. In fact, As it goes and it tries to almost like whip you with its tentacles, it kind of lets go of you, and you both kind of fall backwards. The octopus is then going to attempt to run away from you and kind of moving towards the shoreline to make its way back into the water. As it does, it is going to squirt ink at you. It's going to poop ink. Not darkness, but ink. So you get covered in black ink, and it just squirts all over you, just black from head to toe, as this octopus then makes a quick getaway. And Reynard is just going to step back out of the way and just let it go.
I imagine myself sat in a pile of fish covered in ink, looking really, really sorry for myself.
Reynard just goes, do you need a hand?
I'm just going to kind of look up, glare, but there's going to be kind of no real menace in it because of how sorry I look for myself. I'm going to take my hat off, shake the fish that was in there, put my hat back on, sigh, grab the aboleth, and just...
This is quite a big creature.
Yeah,
so...
I'm going to look at the rest of the fishermen and just say, can we get this back to Zario's, please? This is life or death. I've got a friend who could die.
Reynard just looks and goes, oh my, what is that?
That's what we dealt with down there. I'm just going to check before I touch it. Is it dead?
It's definitely dead. Yeah, in fact,
Okay.
it's one that it's got a crossbow bolt through its skull. You can see the crossbow bolt still sticking out the bottom of its chin.
Poetic justice. So I will then try and ask them to help me get this back. So I'm going to do a very pathetic persuasion of that it tracks because of how I'm looking. 7 on dice, so persuasion 9.
All right. They're gonna. Hang on. Yeah, they're gonna feel sorry for you, and they're going to say. Reynard just turns to the guy and says, "Let's just help him get it on that cart over there, and we'll pull it for you." And they lift this thing. It's a large creature, so it's quite big. And it takes all 4 of you to lift it, tentacles and all, onto the cart and sort of flop it down. It weighs it down. You can hear the cart creak as it's on there. And between all of you, you managed to drag it round. It's been about it's probably about 10 or 15 minutes you doing that. So going from one side of there, going around, helping them get it up. So I'm going to say 15 minutes. Getting that sorted and getting around to Jario's cottage. As you get round to Jario's cottage, with this aboleth creature, Reynard's just gonna say, let me know if you need anything. Just bring the cart back when you're done, okay? And just here, take this, and he throws you a cloth.
I appreciate you, Griggs.
It tracks. Literally,
Yeah.
it's something to do with water.
Oh, you're
To be
such
fair-
a brave boy. You deserve a lolly.
That could have gone really badly. I've still only got 8 HP, Phil.
Oh my god, have you not healed?
No, we didn't have a rest.
You haven't rested.
Oh my god.
I
you
was
probably
literally
need
going to go for a
Mario as
swim.
much as me.
Can you imagine being taken out by an octopus?
Oh my god.
When I rolled that, when I rolled that low initiative, I was like, right, okay, this is me.
Oh,
Tell you what, I wouldn't want to
no.
be taken out by an octopus. They're all hands.
Ah.
Sorry.
And that's where we're ending the stream tonight.
Yeah. Oh, we had a good run.
And if you really like what we're doing, guys, give us a follow. Anyway,
Octopus don't have hands.
they have arms.
They
Anyway.
don't have, fish don't have necks, and octopus don't have hands.
Yeah, but fish also don't have fingers, but that doesn't stop people from eating them. Anyway.
Hey yo.
Hey yo. So you pull up to Jario's house. What are you doing, Grinks?
I was going to try and dab myself off with, get the ink off my clean white shirt, and it's just failing miserably.
Yeah, it's not working at all.
I'm going to give up on that and
It's
just...
sticky and viscous, and it's just as you try and like wipe it off, it kind of like it's stringy. As you kind of try and wipe it off, and it's real sticky, and you kind of the cloth that Reynard gave you lasts about 3 seconds, and you just kind of throw it on the floor, and it hits the floor.
I imagine it smells quite fishy and seedy and watery, and
I've never smelled octopus ink, but I would imagine it probably does.
yeah.
It's not. I'd say it's not as bad as say like fish guts, but it does have a certain sort of fishy.
Have you smelt
Well,
octopus ink before?
Well, squid ink is sometimes used in some Italian dishes, so I have actually tasted ink.
Interesting.
Didn't like it.
No, I can't imagine I would either.
No.
Although shark is surprisingly tasty. It's like chicken. Anyway, yeah. It's quite tough. Anyway, domesticated moss says it tastes good. I'm not sure if you're talking about the shark or the squid ink.
Well, domesticated moss has a more refined palate.
Yeah.
I was just like this grey pasta tastes weird.
Okay, so no sense of smell. Interesting. Yeah, you what are you doing then, Green? You're trying to clean yourself off, but you're failing miserably. The only thing that's going to actually do anything here is a shower and a lot of soap.
I'll hand the now awful cloth back to Reynard.
Oh, he's gone. He's given it to you and he walked off.
I don't think he's going to want it back.
And I'm just going to walk into Jario's with the cat outside, looking really, really, really worse than I did before I left.
Oh, God.
What?
So as you walk in,
sees you, Sal is going to be horrified. It's like, oh God, it got you too. We've both been cursed.
What the hell?
What
I
is you've
found
turned into
one
some
of
sort
the-
monster.
The cat outside. I'm not going to say anything more than that. And I'm just going to plonk myself down next to Sal.
Do you need a potion of water breathing?
I'd rather you didn't sit on my furniture covered in whatever viscous fluid you're covered in. Oh, that's...
I don't know.
Too late, really. He's already... I would like to touch the stuff that's on Grinks.
You place your hand, it's kind of sticky oil. It's not very nice at all.
I wish I hadn't done that.
Yeah.
So, this thing's outside?
Wait,
Yeah.
there's one outside? I draw
It's-
my crossbow. Okay.
You've already done that, Sal. It's
What?
dead. It's the one that you killed. The one you killed.
Wait,
Yeah.
I killed it?
Yeah, you saved my life. Thank you.
Oh. Good.
I'll go and stand outside in shame if Sario doesn't want me in the house.
I imagine that as you get up, like one of the cushions kind of goes with you.
Yes, it does. So yeah, as you get up off Jario's sofa, yeah, one of the nice, well, I say nice, but one of the cushions that's on his sofa goes with you, and it's just stuck to your back.
Oh.
I don't even notice. I'm that just.
As you're
dejected
walking out,
about
Jario
the
just
situation.
says, "You can keep the cushion."
Poor Jario has done nothing to deserve us. When I see the thing, like, I aim my crossbow at it anyway, just in case. And
Okay.
I kind of poke it, and then I just go, "Wow, did you get that out of the water? That's
The
amazing."
fisherman got it. We dragged it round here.
Oh.
It might be that we can dissect it or something and figure out what it did to you.
You're all going to so much effort. This is...
Well, yeah, that's what friends do.
And I'll reach up, and I'm going to be completely blissfully ignorant about the fact that my hand's going to be covered in ink, and I'm just going to tap Sal's shoulder. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
thank
what
you.
friends do.
Oh, good.
You get a nice sticky, like gooey bit of ink on your shoulder.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. End into a perfect day. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we've had this chat. Yes, very, very sweet.
So, Mr. Wizard Man.
Jario.
Yes. Is this any help in fixing Sal?
Let me see. And he walks forward and inspects the creature. He's going to make an Arcana check on this thing. That is an 18 on the dice plus his 3 in intelligence. 21.
Can I aid him? So just to give him advantage, just to see if he gets any better, and I'll just explain how.
It doesn't make a difference, but yeah, it says I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before, but let me check my books. I'll be right back. And he heads on into his home and comes out with a tome. He spends probably about 10 minutes searching. And he comes back out. Just so you know, just so we're on track, it's been about 25 to 30 minutes on the.
I'm clutching my second bottle of water. Just waiting. I'm kind of huddled in the doorstep of his house. He's very sad. Right next to my good friend Sticky Boy and my other good friend.
Oh, don't say that. That shit's gonna stick. Oh,
Sticky Boy.
Hey, Sticky Boy.
That's not a nickname you want.
No, it really is.
No, you don't want to be Sticky Boy.
No one wants to be a Sticky Boy.
No one wants to be a Sticky Boy.
That's the title of this episode.
No one wants to be a Sticky Boy.
No one wants to be a Sticky Boy.
Nope.
Episode 68.
Yep.
Oh dear, that's hilarious. You are now Sticky Boy. So.
Sorry.
If it was anyone else, I'd be taking the piss as well. It's fine.
Yeah. And once again, I just want to say how much I appreciate you, Griggs.
He comes back out with this tome, and it's like a tome of it's a magical, like a book of magical creatures from the plains, and his knowledge to get it is he used the knowledge he knew that this was an elemental plane of water that had opened, so he's kind of made 2 and 2. He's going to explain, this is, by the looks of it, it's obviously dead, and he picks up one of the tentacle things and flops it down. Definitely dead. It looks as if it's an aboleth, although it's a lot smaller than the one that's depicted in the book that I have, so it's probably a baby aboleth or a minor aboleth at that. It appears that creatures that come in contact with the aboleth, it can reverse their ability to breathe underwater. It's quite interesting, really, because it also means that you become somewhat aquatic yourself, which means that when you go back onto land, you can no longer breathe the air and you need the water. It's very strange, actually. I think it must be a way to draw in its prey if they can't breathe on land and they have to come into the water. They're much faster, a much quicker way to kill them, I guess. It says here that the effects are not permanent, which is good.
Oh.
Good news.
That's good.
Okay.
How long
does it last?
Depending on the creature, depending on the potency, between 1 and 4 hours.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Well, worst case scenario, you save the potion, and we just sit you in the edge of the lake face down for a couple of hours.
Great.
I mean, if you want to actually save the potion, you could just wait. How long has it been since you had 30 minutes, and just go into the water, spend however long there until it becomes difficult to breathe.
Oh, I really don't want to go back. Is there another barrel I can sit in?
I mean,
one foot of beer would be nice. Can I breathe beer?
That was my call. Yeah, I was all for the barrel of beer idea.
Oh yeah, there was one that could fit 6 people in that. I could probably do some laps.
Exactly. Ayla was with you on that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you were to, I guess, sit and breathe, you would be breathing in the alcoholic toxins as well, which means you would come out very intoxicated.
Or possibly dead.
I mean, that's very possible as well. I mean, maybe you'd want to maybe test it on a fish first, just to see what happens to the fish.
All right, let's find a fish. How long before this thing runs out? Let's find a fish.
Okay.
Into a source of water right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, you can head on. You can head on and probably find a live fish from the fish that were caught, because they'll also be flopping
I
around.
imagine that if I go to the water's edge to find a fish, someone is going to push me in, right, Raljan?
I couldn't possibly comment.
Well, I see the glint in your eye, and I can't even see you. I look into. We walk to the water's edge, and I carefully look into the water for a fish.
I say, Sal,
Yes.
please don't kill me, and I shove
What
them
do you
in the water.
Yeah. I'll allow it.
I can still breathe out.
Yes, you fall. Yeah, I did mention that it was 50 feet down into the water, didn't I?
Whoa! No, I said I went to the water's edge, not that I went 50 feet above the water's edge.
No, but the waters. There is a.
Not a puddle.
No, I mean, you can probably find a shallow puddle, but
Yeah,
the only way
I was looking
to
for a
get to
fish in that
water
shallow
is
puddle.
the only way to get to water is to dive down 50 feet.
Oh,
What about that lake?
my God.
Sorry.
The lake at the top of the map.
Oh, that's the that's the depiction of what it did look like. So if you notice the
Not
dark
doing that.
spots in the middle.
Is there still a little
No,
river
no, no,
going
no, no,
into
no.
the lake?
Sorry, the river. That's what I meant. The river top left.
Oh right, okay. The river, that too is actually drained.
What?
Yeah. The river
Oh,
is trickling down.
I wouldn't have been like just staring like a gormless idiot 50 feet up.
I'll
And
let you.
Raljan
I'll let you be retroactive.
Yeah, Raljan wouldn't have pushed me.
No,
off
I
if
wouldn't
he
have
was-
done. No, I wouldn't have done that.
No.
I mean, maybe I'm that much of an idiot, but Raljan's not much. Of an
No, he's not.
So, I mean, is there like a rain barrel that I can look for fish in?
What? Sorry.
A rain barrel that I can look for a fish in? It's
Um,
completely logical. I don't know why you're questioning.
This, well, actually, you've actually just caught the lake at the time where all the fish have actually either been caught or thrown back into the water. Because the fisherman wanted.
Bastards trying to eat this fish. I'm trying to find a real fish so that I can get it drunk and see if it dies. What is the point of anything if I can't do that?
I love this episode. So
So why are we trying to catch a fish and get it drunk? I'm just a
Hello,
bit
Ayla.
confused.
I can't breathe, and I want to see whether the fish can survive in beer. Because if a fish can survive in beer, then so can I, and I will live out the rest of my days in beer.
You see, humans and fish are very different. Humans, well, fish have to have very particular conditions with their water.
Right?
Let's say if you put too much of any sort of chemical into water, then a fish won't survive. You might have a freshwater fish or a saltwater fish. Either won't survive in the other water. That's just fish. So you could have a slight chemical
we need
imbalance
to
in the
find
water, and a fish
a-
will die.
We
Doesn't
need
mean to
find
say
a
you
beer
will.
water fish.
I know it's not as much fun, but maybe you could just find a water barrel and sit in a water barrel for a
Yeah,
couple
I'll
of
just
hours.
find a barrel and sit in a water barrel. It's not as fun. Can you at least pour a beer in it?
I think we can do that. Yeah.
Cool.
I was
great
totally
hero.
googling can a fish survive in water? Sorry, in beer, and was
I
getting
don't know if a fish can survive in water.
the,
Apparently, it's a 50-50.
so the answer to can a fish survive in beer is
no.
not very long.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So with hindsight, maybe it was a bad plan. But at least I came up with something, right? I'm not panicking. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, Yeah, that's.
While they're doing that, can I just ask Jario if I can borrow his book for a few minutes? And I want to see if I can locate the poison glands on the aboleth.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now, I don't have survival, so I am literally doing this from an academic arcana perspective.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll allow
I'm
it.
not doing in... Sorry, I was just going to say I'm not doing anything if you want to ask me for help, but...
Well, I want to see if it's a thing first. I mean, I presume it must have a poison gland to excrete the poison, and I'm not actually sure this one did excrete any poison because it went to attack me, but it failed, and then Sal shot it as they escaped. So in theory, this should have a full poison gland.
Yes. So, from what you give me, it'll be a nature check.
Oh wow! Okay, that's 17 on dice. So I don't have nature, but I do have a +3 in intelligence. That's dirty 20.
Okay. So, you don't find any poison glands. So it's not the creature itself doesn't have anything that kind of injects a poison. What you do find is its skin is when you kind of put your hand on it, it's a different colour to like underneath. There's kind of like a layer, almost like a mucousy layer. With that roll, you get the impression that when the creature is in water, this layer of its that's on its skin transmits to the water around it, and that's what basically emits this poisonous this effect on its victims. Is when they get close enough to it, this is then breathed in, or through the water, and that's what gives it effect. So it was always when you attacked it, and it let out this kind of thing. So it's not.
Question to the DM then, because it was a 20 roll there.
Yes.
Mechanically speaking, could this be used if harvested, i.e. if I just use the flat of my blade to scrape off some of this to jerry-rig a 4-hour or 2-hour water-breathing potion? Or, if, say, a crossbow bolt was dipped in this, and it was shot at an enemy, would this stop their ability to breathe air?
You would have to experiment. So it's not something that you would know unless you tried. In order to actually get the toxin, you would have to roll a successful survival check to actually be able to extract the toxin. So if you would like to do that, I would like you to roll a survival check to see if you can extract some into a jar. And what jars do you have available? What vials do you have available?
I have standard kind of potion vials and things that I keep my components in. So it's kind of, I imagine they're kind of small, thin glass kind of alchemist type vials.
Yeah, that's fine. So give me a survival check then, please.
I'm going to shout of Ral Jin for this. Hey, kid, I need you for a sec.
Okay, hang on. I wander over. Yeah?
See this gooey shit?
Yeah.
And I'm going to just gesture to the skin. Can you scrape that into these? I've probably got maybe 3 or 4 empty vials on me, just because of the amount of spells I've used so far.
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, if someone had paid attention when I was gutting fish, you'd know how to do this, but...
He says that, the smell of the ink is just going to come back up, and I'm going to dash into the bush and I'm going to throw up again. I'm going to leave Raljin holding the 3 vials that I gave him.
I'll get to work. Survival check, yeah?
Yes.
Ooh, that's cocked.
I was going to give him advantage until he made me throw up.
This actually isn't that good.
Okay.
Let's see, so that's only a 13.
Okay, hang on. Okay, so with a 13, you manage to scrape off enough for 1 vial of what you believe to be quite a potent toxin, which is almost like it's like a sickly, cloudy green, like liquid. One use, or one use of whatever you want to try to use it, because you'd have to experiment with this. But you managed to, taking about 10 minutes. So if we're keeping track, it's been 45 minutes now. Taking about 10 minutes to scrape off some of this and put it into one of the vials that Grinks had given you. It's sort of like a cloudy, sickly green colour. It's strange consistency.
I cork the bottle and go, "Ugh."
There is potential to harvest more, but from what you were sort of doing it took you 10 minutes to get that one vial. So you could, in theory, attempt to get more, but it would be another survival roll to see if you could get more, and it would just take more time.
Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, we've got a couple of hours.
We've got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So
okay, so I'll do another 10 minutes.
Okay.
That is 16.
16. Yeah, hang on 1 second. So you managed to get another 2 vials.
That's the 3 that I gave you then.
Yeah. So you've got all 3 of those vials that you were given. They're all full of this liquid, sickly green, cloudy liquid that you managed to get off the skin of this creature. It's and you can test that out how you wish. And I'm going to mark that down in my book because you're going to use it when I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put down 2 vials of aboleth toxin. If you want to put that down in your inventory, 3 vials of aboleth toxin. If you want to put that down in your inventory, Grinks.
While this is happening, could I, and maybe Ayla with me, go on a hunt for a barrel full of water?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'll help you with that.
simultaneously, you guys are heading off for a barrel of water. Where would you like to try first? You've got about 15 minutes to do this.
Where do people keep barrels?
Well, inns keep barrels, and they keep empty ones as well, because once they've emptied them, they get them refilled.
Ah, that's very smart. Brother.
We could try an inn.
Yeah.
So the only inn that you know of is the drinking hole, which is in the top corner. So you head to the drinking hole where you previously had drinks, and
can I just keep my eye open to see if anyone just has a rain barrel?
So just like a barrel next to their home. Okay, you can. As you're walking, give me. Are you just doing it in passing as you're walking, or are you actively like trying?
I guess I'm just kind of looking.
Okay, so if you do, so as you're walking, so yeah, just give me perception.
It's not good. 15.
15. You do notice that by the side of some of the huts there are some rain barrels that sort of like some of the drainage that goes down into them, and they do have like some water in them. They're probably big enough that you could probably get in, and you would just kind of squeeze in, like if you tried to get into a wheelie bin. That kind of size. I mean,
for reasons I won't go into, I know what that's like, and I don't think so.
There's a story there.
No, there isn't. Not for you.
Sticky man.
Sticky boy.
Not for you, sticky boy.
Sticky boy.
Sticky boy. What are they?
Smelly cat, smell.
Sorry. It's not your fault.
I'm going to look for a bigger barrel. I'm going to go and see if they've got like a big empty barrel in the pub.
Okay, so you head on into the pub, and the innkeeper, I can't remember her name, so I'm going to give her a new name, and I'll look her up later on. Delphina, she can be called. It's a nice name. You see Delphina. She's over by the over at the bar. She's actually taking offloading barrels now. So there's some big barrels, some small barrels, some about the size of the rain barrels that you see next to the houses, some smaller. Glancing around in the room, you actually only notice that the biggest barrels that are in there, which would probably serve you, are the 6-man barrels, the ale that you were drinking. They're the biggest barrels that they have, and probably the one that suit best at this point. But yeah, she sees you walk in. She's like, oh, hello. Can I get you another drink then? Are you back again? You all disappeared quite quickly. What happened?
Yes, I just thought I'd go for a stroll.
Well, fair enough. I mean, each to their own, I guess.
Yes, I was wondering if I could have a very, very large glass of water.
Sure.
In a barrel.
In a barrel, yes, a barrel of water.
You'd like a barrel of water?
And that very big barrel of water.
Yes.
Okay. Is it? Would you like me to get it brought to your cart or something? Is it something for the travel?
No, I'm really thirsty.
We just parched.
Really parched.
I can't just.
Two of us were going to have a competition to see who could drink the most water, and we figured the best way of doing it was to get into a barrel.
Okay.
I'm going first.
I mean,
it's the sort of thing that heroes do. Not.
I'm just gonna place a coin on the bar and say, look, please give us a barrel with water in, please, now.
Okay. She looks around and says, I've got a few empty ones over here, and she lifts up a keg and kind of puts it on. Nowhere near big enough for you to get in.
No. I was hoping. Listen, don't read too much into this, but I was hoping to get inside the barrel.
Sorry. I tried to keep a straight face there, and I couldn't.
And Sal's saying this with a straight face is a completely normal thing to ask.
Okay. She looks around, goes over to one of the ones that's slightly smaller than one of the rain barrels that you saw earlier. It's like, this one, although...
Bigger.
No?
Yeah, so, one of those like condo-sized ones.
Oh.
Yeah, the one you can fit 6 people in.
Yes.
Oh.
And it's not because we want to fit 6 people in. It's just that I need a bit of room to breathe.
Okay. I mean, this one is this one's full. I don't have any other empty ones apart from the one that you guys are drinking the honey mead from, which.
Ayla, I need you to do something very special for me. We need to finish this. We need to finish this mead.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're the only 2 that can do it. The others are busy. Let's go.
How much mead's in there, Phil?
Let's have a look. I'm gonna roll on this and see how much you've got to drink. Come on, where's the?
If this
Well,
runs out before we actually to empty it.
Actually, I don't have to drink it, do I? I could just merely ask that you pour it out into large flagons, and I will then sit to drink it slowly in my leisure.
Okay, so
No.
on a D100, I rolled 24 pints.
Right, we'll have bar lady. We'll have 24 pints.
24 pints of your best mead from that barrel specifically.
Now, right now.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, this was gifted to you, for what you've done for us. So.
Okay. We don't have to pay for it. Yeah, just. I tell you what. Just simply pour it into flasks or pint glasses or whatever, and we will drink that. Our party will drink that at our leisure, whilst we bathe in the barrel with water in it. How about that?
Yes.
That's fine. I can certainly start that for you. We only have 12 goblets, so 12 flagons.
How is this?
It's a drinking hole. It's not a very big one.
Oh, I
It's a
see.
small.
Okay.
Oh
It's
my
a very
God.
small
Okay.
village.
Okay. I have a
Local bar
flask
for
with
local people. I see.
I have a flask with me. You can fill that up. I
I'm
also
pretty
have.
sure I have a
Okay,
drinking
so she
thing
takes your.
somewhere we can fill that up as well.
I'll
Okay.
tell you what. I'll tell you what. Fill a bucket up. Fill a bucket up, and we'll drink it out of a bucket. We're not proud.
Yes,
I
yes,
I
that's
guess
a great idea.
she has the flagon that she was offering you before. Says I can put it
Poor woman.
pour it into this. I mean, this will probably get you about 12 pints in here, and then I can probably pour the other 12 pints into the goblets,
And we'd like 4 straws in the bucket.
4 straws. Okay. Then she bewildered goes up, gets the smaller barrel and puts it underneath the tap and starts pouring out the until it gets full. You see it's all like trickling out, lovely golden honey mead until it gets to the top. She pulls it aside, places the lid on it, and says like, "Oh, you wanted straws? Okay." She lifts it up, puts it onto the work side, and straws. She gets some of the straws, like the ones that she gave Grinks earlier.
I don't suppose you have like a tiny, tiny umbrella.
With a cherry.
And maybe like a slice of some green fruit.
I'm afraid I don't have any small umbrellas, but I can get you some lime.
Lime, yes.
We have citrus fruits, I guess.
So to speed things up, Aylar's going to start drinking the pints that are big, just to help.
Okay, how many do you drink?
I will also help. I will also have a mead. Yes.
Well, Aylar's going to try and drink as many as he possibly can.
Oh,
Well, we
good lord.
need to save some for Grinks and Raljan and Yarn in case he gets lost.
Okay.
Don't worry, there's 24 pints here.
What is your constitution modifier, Ella?
My constitution is pretty good. It is. Oh, it's not actually. It's +2.
So I'm going to say you can drink 4 without an effect. However, if you want to drink more than 4, that's when you're going to start to feel it, and when you're going to start to. I'm going to make you roll to see how it affects you.
All right, I'm going to drink the 4 and see how we get on, and then if we need to drink more, I'll consider drinking more.
So you drink 4.
Four.
So hang on. What's your constitution?
My constitution?
Yes.
1.
1. So you can drink 2 before
I will drink 4.
You drink 4. I would like you to make me first of all 1 constitution saving throw, please.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, that's a natural 20.
Oh, you are good.
I am almost upset that wasn't.
Yeah,
Hey, Phil.
I'm not with that. I'm not going to make you roll. You drink 4.
Yeah, I've had a tough day. I've earned these.
Yeah.
If I get blotto drunk and can't see where I'm going, frankly, at this point, it's fine. I'm not going to see anything in a while anyway, apart from the inside of a barrel.
Fair enough.
Okay then, Phil. I'm going to try and drink another 4.
Okay. So, first of all, roll Constitution for the first one that you drink.
Oh, you have to drink. You have to roll it every time.
Once for everyone, because
Oh,
basically it's how many you can hold, and this is quite potent alcohol.
Right.
So,
knowing that, then I'll see how I get on with 1. Then.
Yeah.
First.
So drink 1. So this is 5.
Ooh, right. It's an 8, but I have on saving throws.
Okay.
I have a better constitution.
Okay. So what did you roll in total?
So I have +5, 13.
13 is just enough. You managed to hold. You managed to hold that one down. That one is okay. So you're feeling tipsy, but otherwise, all right. After it's still quite sweet tasting. It's nice. It's going down quite well. I'm going to say in terms of time, are you rushing these or are you taking your time?
How many minutes left of the water breathing potion?
Well, if you've drank 4, If you've drank 4, I'm going to say that the potion of water breathing would have worn off by the time you've drank 2. Otherwise, yeah. So
we
I'm rushing.
ask them to fill up the other barrel with water.
So it's empty. Say, I don't unfortunately have access to a tap here.
We forgot a part of the plan, Ayla.
All
I forgot a bit of the plan.
You might have to sit in the beer.
I might have to sit in the beer. I failed this mission.
Hang on.
Oh no.
Is this a tavern? Is this an inn? Do you have a bath?
It's a hole. It's a drinking hole.
It's very rudimentary. It's literally a bar, a few tables.
She's doing her best.
So if you want to fill this up with water, your best bet is to.
Do you have a kitchen?
No. We have a small kitchen, but the only access that we have to water is and she points out out of the open sort of like doorway, and points down towards the lake. That's where we get our water from.
Oh.
If you want, I mean, I can ask my bar hand to roll this out for you, and you can maybe start filling it up. But it'll take a little bit of time, probably about an hour to get this full to the top, because we have to do it bucket by bucket.
I should have just got late. Just realised I'm gonna have to sit in the lake either way.
Yeah, still we got to go to the pub.
But you like the mead though.
I do like the. It's very nice mead. If I could breathe this mead, I would breathe this mead. However, I am not a beer water fish. So I cannot breathe this mead. As it happens, they wouldn't let me put a fish in the mead. Otherwise, I would breathe in the mead. It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm a hero. I should have to breathe. What was I talking about?
Sal, there has to be.
You start to lose concentration a little bit, as it does become a little bit harder to breathe now, as the potion of water breathing is now wearing off.
Okay, I'm gonna drink the other potion of water.
Okay, you drink the other potion of water breathing. You have another hour.
Yeah. Okay, let's carry on drinking.
Okay.
Right.
Oh no, we can fill the barrel.
Okay.
Yes, we can fill the barrel.
Okay.
Yes.
So she the barmaid Delphina sort of gestures over Caprino, and you see a teenage elf sort of comes out, is younger than Raljin, so he's teenage, like young teen. He's yes, Mum. It's like could you load this onto the wagon, and we'll take it down to the water's edge. These they would like to fill it with water. I'm not entirely sure why, but if you could, I'll come and help you. And they together, they sort of leave you with a table full of. You've drank 4, you've drank 2. No, you've drank 4. So you've drank 5. So there's still 4 and 9. So there's still 3 more left in the actual cups. I mean, you've got the small barrel full of mead. They're still there.
Ayla, I feel like we should leave at least 1 cup for the other boys.
Yes, we'll leave 1 for the others, and then we'll drink to your success now.
Okay, share this other one, or share the bucket. I got 4 straws.
Let's drink it now.
All right. Yes.
Which are you drinking? The bucket or the goblets?
The buckets.
The buckets.
What could possibly go wrong?
The bucket. The bucket equates to 12 pints. Just.
Oh, let's not start the bucket. Okay. I made a big mistake. I'm not going to drink from the bucket. I'm going to drink. You know what? I will sit here and not drink while you drink. You have it. You have it. You've earned it because you are my brother.
Yes.
Another
So we
one.
should
I've
should
never
share
had one
it.
before. Yes,
We should share it.
brother bear. Sibling bear. Hey, what you said
Yes,
to me
we should
in the
share
boat,
it.
you said to me in the boat, I've never had a family before.
That's right. I
Are
haven't.
you family now? Let me tell you a secret.
Go on then.
I'm your sibling now.
Well, that's not a secret, is it?
No.
Just while this is going on, Ralgin and Grinks, you see the bar, Delphina, the barmaid, or the owner of the watering hole, and a young elven boy dragging a huge, like, jacuzzi-sized barrel out.
To be clear, your barrel.
Yeah. So it's a very large jacuzzi-sized barrel on a wagon. They're taking it down to like the water's edge, and they have several buckets as well, sort of like around the shoulders. And you sort of like see them getting the buckets, lowering them down into the water, pulling them back up, and pouring them into the open top of this round barrel. So picture it. I want you to picture it's almost like a shallow barrel. And the top has been opened up, so prized off the top, so it literally looks like a big wooden jacuzzi.
So they're essentially making a hot tub.
Yes, minus the hot. And they're pouring the buckets in, and it's going down again, and they're bringing it up, and they're pouring the buckets in, and it's taking them a while. But they just seem to be just doing this whilst everything's going on. So yeah. Carry on, guys. This is, unless of course you want me to fast forward to them bringing it back. But if there's anything, Grinks and Ralgin, what are you doing in this time?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
By the same chalk, I'm covered in gunk. I need to wash. This is not good.
Hang on.
You're
an
have
alcoholic.
A whole
We're in the
barrel of
pub.
water to wash in.
I know. No, I'm fully aware that you're drinking all of the mead, and I'm missing out on this.
We are saving some. We have a bucket. The bucket.
We have a bucket.
Too.
Oh, sweet. But I don't know this. So I'm gonna see if I can grab a passerby and just say, is there a tailor in town?
We had a tailor, but they're. I mean, I guess they might be unpacking now, but things have been a bit up in the air. I don't know if he's left already, but he points down to the muddiest part of town. Says, he lives over there.
In mud.
He lives over there.
I'm gonna just trudge in that direction, looking very, very dejected about the whole situation.
Oh.
And I'm gonna go in search of the tailor.
Okay. You go down to the muddy part of town. As I described it in the first session that you guys got here, it's kind of been sort of like logs have been put down and wood has been put down, so you can kind of walk above it. But obviously, there's been a lot of foot traffic through here.
I imagine that my boots are that caked in mud. I'm slipping on the logs, so I'm just going to walk in the mud. I'm done.
Yeah. You eventually come to the building that was pointed out to you by this random passerby. And it does indeed look. It's not a shop by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a house. And you do notice that there is a wagon on the outside with a few coats and things, sort of like sprawled over the top of it. And it's probably the best bet that this is probably the tailor's home.
I'm gonna just knock on the door and take 3 paces back because I do not want to get anything covered in whatever the hell I'm wearing and the mud that I've got on. And the cushion that's still attached to my ass on my coat.
Okay. So,
you definitely want to go to the pub.
Whilst you take a knock and it's quite quick when the door opens. Oh, hey there. How can I help you?
I'm just gonna look at them and look at myself and then look at them. Hold my hands out.
What you're looking at is a relatively well-dressed, relatively well dressed in a way that they're still wearing their they're from this village, so it's almost like a tribal wear, but it's quite ornate, quite nicely decorated. It's and they can see that they take fashion quite seriously. Their hair is kind of shaved down one side and kind of comes over, and it's black. It comes down one side of their head, and it's kind of got a braid that kind of comes just over one side of their face. They're wearing a dark mascara. They're male elf. They're wearing a dark mascara around their eyes, and there's something about their eyes that just looks quite hypnotic. It makes their eyes really sort of stand out. You can also tell that they're likely wearing a significant amount of sort of like makeup on their face that makes their complexion look very smooth, even for an elf. So it's sorry. You're here for some clothes?
Please.
I mean, I can help you out, but I gotta unpack. Sorry, the name's Blage, by the way.
I would shake your hand, but I'm just gonna hold up my hands and take another step back.
That is a good point. Don't you dare come near any of my fabrics looking like that, sir. Have you actually tried just diving in the water and getting yourself clean?
I'm gonna visibly shiver at that. That's how I got in this mess. I was part of the group that dealt with whatever was down there. I need a new pair of pants, and I need a new shirt, please.
I mean, I can help you out on that. I just got to take your measurements, but there is no way that you're coming inside my abode looking like that. So, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get yourself stripped down to your to whatever's not caked in that black stuff, and then you can step right on in, and we'll get your measurements.
But I'm gonna just literally strip there, and then there is no. I need new clothes. This is not gonna happen.
So, are you going just right down?
Yep, I'm literally freeballing because I'm kicked in this shit.
So as you just start stripping off, and you get to your sort of like your undergarments, which don't have much on at all. Like much of this stuff, it's mostly, and they're wet, but it's mostly on your outer clothes. You just start taking off the under things as well, and you see some passers-by that are sort of like walking, trying and stepping on the logs. There's a child that's hopping from log to log, and the mother just kind of averts this child's eyes, and they continue to walk.
Dangers of adventuring. Nothing to see here.
After a couple of minutes, the Blage opens the door again and goes, "Whoa! I mean,
A couple of minutes.
I mean, you could have left. You could have left your kegs on at least."
No, they're a write-off. I need new.
He throws you a hemp sack and says, "Just chuck those in there if you want to keep them."
No, I think these are for burning. I'll put them in the hemp sack.
Okay.
And I'll just leave them by the door.
And then a very naked Grink steps into Blage's abode. It's a very nicely decorated home. Although you do notice that he was probably getting ready to leave as well, as a lot of the maybe like pictures and artwork were on the wall have been taken off, and a lot of the furniture was moved around. Is quite close to the door. He says, do excuse the mess. Until we got the message that we were staying, I was all up and heading out of here. So I do apologize for this. Take a. He kind of looks you up and down.
I'm just gonna shake my head and just say, "Please don't make me sit. I need a shower." Actually, if you've got a bath I could use, I'm just gonna take out my coin purse. I'm a little short at the moment. There's 45 gold here. I'm
really sorry, but unfortunately, we have a system where we can kind of pump the water from the lake. Unfortunately, the pipes aren't reaching the water line at the moment, so we can't actually get any of the water out of the lake to actually run a bath. I know it's horrible. I'm sitting in my own filth right now. When he says that, you look at him and he is pristine.
Right. I mean, do you have a sink or a basin I can use?
I got no water. No access to water at all. You said you wanted some clothes, though. I can do that.
Undergarments, white shirt, black trousers, please. Nothing massively fancy that's going to break the bank.
Okay. He looks up now. I'm gonna have to measure you. And he just kind of goes forward and does a few tape measure things. Does your arms and your legs and everything. And it's like, okay. I think I might have some things that fit. I might just have to taper some things in, unless of course you're not bothered about fit.
I can wait a few minutes. I'd rather it be comfortable. I've got a lot of travelling to do, so something that's going to be quite hard wearing if possible.
I don't exactly know what kind of color scheme you're looking for. I noticed
black and white, white shirt, black pants.
I got something. Just give me a second, and he just goes over to a big trunk. It's only a one room, and there's another separate room that would be a bedroom and probably a bathroom in there. But it's most things are in this one room. Goes over to a trunk, opens it up, and kind of pulls up, and a rack kind of comes out of the trunk. It looks like it wouldn't fit in there normally. Like there's more space in the bottom of this trunk than you expect. It pulls out a rack, and there's several different sort of like plain garments, stuff like that. It's like going through. It says black jacket, you say? I mean, I got a white shirt. I can do that quite easily.
The jacket, the coat stays. I'm gonna have to wash that. The coat is not going. Just trousers, shirt, and undergarments, and I'll be happy again.
All right. Fair enough. I got these, and he throws you over a pair of trousers. They're black trousers. They've got kind of like a gold seam that goes down the side, which kind of, rather than goes down in a straight line, it kind of goes in like a wave and curls. That kind of goes down, quite flash, not very plain at all, quite intricately designed, and they actually flare out at the bottom. I got these. They're probably the best thing I got in your fit, unless you want to wait around an hour or so. This is probably your best thing, and you can have those for free. They went out of fashion like weeks ago.
Weeks ago.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
He also chucks you over a plain white shirt and the other items that you asked for, just in plain. But the trousers are quite. They're black, but they're like a gold trim, but it's like in a swirly pattern right down the side of each leg.
Okay. How much do I owe you for all of these?
You can have the shirt and the socks for free. The pants, though, I mean, they're nice. It's 10 gold. They're yours.
I'll give him the 10 gold. I'll put on the undergarments, and do you have another sack, please? I don't want to get these dirty when I go and clean up.
Of course. He goes over, gets another hemp sack, and just chucks it over to you.
And then I will spend the remaining hour, while I'm presuming everyone else is getting sozzled, going and getting cleaned up before I head to the bar.
Okay. So you go to that. You leave Blage's hut. Rajin, is there anything you're doing in this time?
I have no words. I don't know. I guess I'm going to get the. Well, actually, I haven't really had a chance. I'm going to check in with Lynx.
Okay.
Make sure Lynx is doing okay. Explain everything that's been going on. I'm not bothered about role playing it.
Okay.
Just basically, just make sure that she's good, and
she's thankful that you're alive, because you went down into the water and she was left behind, and she was worried for a while. But is happy that you're back, and and that you seem to be successful in what you were doing.
And then head back to meet the others, and just, I'm assuming, see a very plastered Ayla.
Okay.
And Sam.
So what we'll say happens here is in this time we're actually approaching the end of the hour of your last potion of water breathing, and in this time you've probably got about 5 minutes left. Delphina comes back into the bar. She says, your barrel of water's ready. You know, we managed to fill it up almost to the top. So if you want, is it? I'm sorry. I have to ask. Is it a bath? Is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, it's there for you. If you when it's just it's just as she kind of gestures, they've brought it back and it's still on wheels, and it's and the wheels actually fit quite nice, and it's like a portable hot tub, and it's just outside the bar.
Oh, thank you so much.
So it's just outside the building.
Oh, you've gone above and beyond. I'm going to go in it.
Okay.
And I walk out, and it's just in the middle of the town. Oh god, Sal is gonna take off their armor and their cloak, but they're gonna just leave the rest of their clothes on, including just get in.
Okay. So just
sit in it with their arms resting on the back until they start not being able to breathe, and then they will go underwater.
There you go. So yeah, you sort of sit there, and eventually it's almost like, because it's happened a couple of times to you now, you're like, oh yeah, here it comes, and you just sink down below the waterline.
I'm getting very sad that this is something I'm getting used
to. And you're under the water, and you can sort of, it's obviously your vision's quite impaired while you're under there, but you can breathe. It's you're breathing the water naturally, and you've got plenty of space in this tub where you can sort of you can circle around it. You can. So for the next hour, you could spend in there. So Ayla, you're sort of sat there drinking. So the Delphina will have pulled one of the tables out, and you can sort of sit next to it if you like. I'm going
to sit next to the barrel, make sure no one messes with it.
I'm going to occasionally surface and not come up, but just be under the water and stick a hand up and wave.
I'm just going to gesture. Do you want a beer in there? I've got a beer, and I'm like, do you want one in there?
A little thumbs up comes up from under the water.
Okay, I'm going to pour a pint in there just so you can drink and breathe at the same time. I imagine it's bliss.
Lovely. So Grinks and Ralgin, you get to the drinking hole just as Sal is getting into the bath, I guess, this big bath. Just to emphasise, this is a large barrel, literally hot tub size. So it is, it's very big. So yeah, you sort of approach just as Sal is getting in and goes down under the water.
Oh, didn't have time to say that. To ask whether Drinks wanted to join me. What a shame. Sorry, buddy. I would have, but I didn't have time.
Yep.
Brilliant. So, is anything else anyone wanted to do in this next hour while Sal is submerged under the water?
Yeah. If possible, I don't need to appear. I want to look and see if I can find some fires that have got any stones near them.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's a brazier or a fire that's right near you.
So,
oh my gosh, are we actually hot tubbing?
Yeah, that's my plan.
Yes!
So I'm going to wrap because I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm going to go and ask the barmaid to see if they've got any oven mitt type things, and I'm going to take some of the stones, the heated stones, and I'm going to go to the opposite side of where Sal is and just start dropping them in the water, and I'll feel the temperature, and once it gets to a nice kind of 25, 30, I'm going to just strip off to the skivvies and jump in.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so you guys are in there. Is anyone else getting in?
Come on.
You see Delphina sort of come and says, while you're putting the hot stone, you're just like, oh, what are you doing there?
I say, I don't know.
It's something of a luxury in the Underdark. It's called a hot tub. You heat the stones, put it in the water, and it's like a warm, soothing bath.
Yeah, no, I know what that, but what? Okay.
It's been one of those days. There's a few glasses of mead. There's a hot tub. It's going to be dark soon. We can look at the stars and just enjoy being alive, and I can finally take a bit of a rest. Been a day.
Sal's hand is going to come up and they're kind of going to like beckon and then go back under again.
You just.
I'm gonna sit.
Delphina have probably noticed that Sal has not come up for air.
Yeah, she's going to be confused, but she's not going to ask any questions.
Nope. Cool.
I'll just look at her and just
say,
say, "Drow will drow," and leave it at that.
yes, the best explanation.
I wasn't aware that drow were underwater creatures, but okay.
The more
Either
confusion I
way.
can know.
Are you sure you're not part sea elf?
There's a chance.
Okay. You know what? Fine. Rajin looks around for the least muddy spot and puts his gear on it. And Lynx, I know you're not keen on water. Would you mind just resting with my clothes so that no one takes them?
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
And I reach into my satchel and go, by the way, I saved you this, and pull out a bit of grilled fish and throw it down for her.
Oh, nom 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 nom. You're getting in the tub?
Yeah, and I just kind of, if you're listening, you might hear Rajin go, "Don't remember my parents telling me any stories like this."
Oh, they wouldn't have.
What?
They wouldn't have.
It's very pleasant. It's a very pleasant hot tub.
Right, Ayla, get in.
Yeah.
Join us.
Yeah, Elaz says he's getting in there.
Yeah.
So you're all sitting in the hot tub. Eventually, the hour passes. You're underwater, Sal, and whilst you're underwater, after this hour, you suddenly find it hard to breathe.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You can no longer breathe underwater.
No. Pop back up.
You pop back up
Yeah.
and you can breathe air again of your own.
Woo!
No.
Yeah.
3
that-
hours, 1d4.
that-
3 hours of that you were affected for.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So
Oh, good.
Wow.
yeah, when you were affected by it, I rolled a d4 and it was 3 hours.
Oh,
Um,
man.
So
To celebrate, more beer.
Yeah, we'll put a bucket somewhere for the rest of you. Thank you so much for putting so much effort into this. I mean, sorry, this really did the beer talking, but no one's ever put that much effort into making sure I was okay.
Well, wouldn't leave you to die.
It's what family do, Sal.
Yeah. We are a family. We're the adventuring wolves family.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Elaz are quite a bit now, Algy.
Close enough.
He remembered the animal.
We're the adventuring foxes.
With a foxy stoats.
Yeah, but I mean, if we could get a little flotation device, we could mead and just all drink from it from straw.
Yes.
Also, it's nice to like. It's been a while since I've been in a hot tub. Like, it reminds me of the olden days, the good old days. of modern life.
Yes.
Yes.
Phil.
We probably didn't have as nice ones as you guys had.
So Elaz going to shout out to any other drinkers. Anybody want to hear the story about the silver foxes killing a fish under the water?
Before he can finish the sentence, Rajin just dunks him underwater.
I'm just gonna come back up and shout, "Bar fight! Bar fight!" I'm gonna dunk crawl shit.
Oh no!
Oh. This is one of the most wholesome moments you guys have ever had. It's lovely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start chuckling and I'll mimic Sal from earlier, just kind of arms on the side of the barrel, and I'm just gonna look up at the stars.
Yeah, the stars start to come out now, and as night begins to fall on this.
I will also look up at up at the stars, and I will say to Grinks, it's not as different as it used to be, is it? There's still a little glow up there.
It gets easier. I used to have vertigo. That was trippy.
It's the sky up here is so big.
It just goes on.
Yeah, kind of beautiful. I could get used to it.
That's why I took the name of Starry. Starry Night.
That is adorable.
I'm gonna shrug. I've had a couple. It's been a long day.
And as you guys, sorry, go on, Fran.
No. I'll save it. I will just watch the stuff. My family.
As you guys soak in the hot tub, and as the hot tub begins to cool over time, and just turn into a lukewarm bath with 4 smelly adventurers in there.
Not anymore.
I cleaned up.
Pardon? 5 smelly.
I cleaned up.
Oh, you cleaned up. Okay. And the night begins to sort of draw in, and you all begin to get tired, and eventually sort of get out one by one and head to the Starlight Caravan and sleep. That's where we're going to end tonight's session, on a nice calm one. That was a lovely session. Trying to fit out, really, really good. Thank you for that one. That was really nice. A nice calm one after the
horror of
last session, but that was really good. Thank you very much, guys. We're gonna call it crits there, but thank you to anyone that was watching. Thank you, Domesticated Moss, for being a very dedicated viewer. If you do have any socials and you want to, shout about how wonderful you think we are and this stream, and you want to share it, please do.
And if you don't think we're wonderful, lie.
Yeah, just lie.
Just lie.
Yeah, just lie.
Yeah.
Because we'd like some followers. But obviously, thank you. If you are watching and you haven't dropped us a follow and you do like what you see, please drop us a follow, and you can keep up to date with everything that's going on. All of these episodes get immediately uploaded to our YouTube channel directly after we finish our live, so they're usually on round about the next day. So if you want to check out any past sessions, they are on there as well. And I do apologise for any of the technical difficulties that previous episodes have, but yeah, that's they're all available there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for these amazing players. You guys are fantastic. I absolutely love this group. It's fantastic. And I'm also inclined to plug SS Adventurer. If you're on Twitch, head on over to twitch.tv/SS Adventurer. You like the SS Enterprise, but SS Adventurer, and check out their stream. I plug it because I'm a player in the a fortnightly Sunday night game. Yeah, if the moment moves you, please give them a follow. That'd be great. But for now, yeah, I think we'll call it crits, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.
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 All right.